Hey, this is Matteo Lane.
I'm Emma Willman.
And this is Inside the Closet.
Inside the Closet.
It's Mars presents Inside the Closet!
Oh, boy.
These microphones are like Bob Barker microphones.
Yes.
Like, kind of. Hi, everyone. How are you?
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for coming out.
Emma's in a weird mood.
Yeah, but it just means so much. I just can't even believe anybody listens to the show.
I know, that's wild. Or
Not-
does no one here listen to it and you just came on a whim?
Okay,
Just
all
laughter.
right.
Okay, that's a good response.
Also, how old are you? You.
She's like 24 and you're about to like call her out.
Oh, you
work.
look.
See, look.
Oh, cool. Just hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Do you get that a lot?
Yeah,
like,
obviously
people think
she
you're
does.
way younger. They think you're 18. Well,
Are
that's
you
not
18?
Bad.
All right.
Emma, she just said she was.
I was just.
25 years
I
old.
used to lie about my age.
Do you still lie about your age?
I'm gonna start.
How old are you now?
28. 32.
Yeah.
How old are you?
31.
Oh,
I turned 32 in June.
nice.
I really expected more from this. I'm not sure
Well,
why.
because
I
I
don't
would have
know.
been very if you were the age that you look, then I would be like, that's insane that you're listening.
Do you
to
get
our show.
insulted if people are like, "Oh, you look so young," or are you fine with it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. She's already prepping for the future.
You want to
No
know?
Botox needed.
You want to know how fucked up I am?
Yes. I'm jet lagged as fuck right now, so I feel drunk. So I'm
Yes.
ready for this.
The first thing I think about when I meet somebody who looks that young but is not is just the amount of money you
I
can
don't-
make doing porn. I mean, the first thing. So much money.
This poor girl came here to support us,
And
and you're
now-
calling her an 18-year-old porn star.
Now I'm giving her financial advice. You're welcome.
That's the first thing you thought of. I'm telling you of the sexual proclivities of a 45-year-old businessman
yes.
in Midtown.
But also,
Where you're like, she looks young enough to fuck. Like, Emma. Like,
wait, you're also sitting near my beloved cousin. Are you with my cousin? Fuck! What are you talking about?
wait, how are you related to her?
Are my parents going to come out and be like, and you're adopted? I'll be like, God damn it. Oh.
So you're cousin-in-law?
nice. Who's your cousin? Oh.
Your name is Bari?
Bart.
Oh, Bart. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
I
yes.
misheard.
Well, welcome to the family. No weirdness here.
Is this slowly turning into an episode of Maury? I'm happy that Maury's still going. He's still, like, kicking it. You know what I mean?
He's coming out with new episodes?
Yeah, he still does it. And he's,
for
like, in his
him.
early hundreds, and he's like, you're the father. You know, just, like, they don't care anymore.
So Matteo and I actually, in real life, have not talked for about a little bit. And
How many days? I mean, unless it's, like, technical stuff. Like, when are we recording the next episode? I can't at that time.
like real
Blah, blah, blah,
catch-up
blah.
talk. So because I think where we left it off, we did the episode with Monet Exchange, but we didn't get to like really like catch up on like where your love life's at. The podcast is pretty self-indulgent, but
It is
you know,
very self-indulgent, but also I always hate listening to podcasts where it's like it's too formatted. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like everything is so formatted. Commercials, everything is like it's just too. Do you see what I'm saying? It's too like everything's too perfect. So I listened to a podcast growing up called PNS Explosion, which is just three gay men, and it's been around for 15 years, actually longer than that. And all they do is it's just freeform talking.
I thought the podcasts were like an invention of the last like 5 years.
No, they've been around since like Keith and the Girl, and like they've been around for like 15 years. Or longer.
Really? I thought the internet was in the
No,
past.
they started. PNS Explosion started in 2007
Really?
or 2006, even maybe.
I thought
because it's been around like a long time.
My timeline's all fucked up. I thought the internet was like Ronald Reagan, Snooki.
Wait, okay, so I have so Snooki Okay. I talked shit about Snooki. I didn't really talk shit. I just said she was insufferable when I had to interview her on the red carpet. And then they asked me to do her podcast, and I was like, this feels like a trap. So I said no. And then someone tweeted at me, and they're like, Matteo's a hypocrite, and he was talking shit about Snooki, and then did her podcast. And I was like, I never did her podcast. She's like, oops, sorry, my bad. And I was like, who else out there? What's happening?
Well, Snooki got the compliment of our life because someone said, our good friend who's here tonight, who's beautiful, someone said, you won't believe what Snooki looks like now, and then had a picture of our beautiful friend.
Wait, is that you, Carly?
Well, but there's
Why does that sound familiar? Is that you, Carly?
Because she tweeted it.
Say hi to Carly, everybody.
Yay!
Wait, Carly, what was that? Was that for real? So, what app or who wrote this article? A real article. No real article starts with, look at what Snooki looks like now. No one at the New York Times is like, dear world, or whatever. It's like, I was just in Spain. I just got back from Spain today, and I went out to some club, and there was a lot of Snooki lookalikes there.
Really?
Yeah, I was high, but I was also like, they look like Snooki too. Like, I mean, it's not a compliment to be like, you can't walk up to someone and be like, you remind me of Snooki.
Yeah, that's not. They don't like that.
Which I'm sure it feels bad for Snooki to hear that, but also like, it's not.
It's got to be a good-looking celebrity. I thought I saw Steve Buscemi in Brooklyn,
and it was Susan Boyle.
I wanted to go up and go, oh my God, you're Steve Buscemi, but if it wasn't him, I didn't want him to be like,
I mean, remember the like Steve Buscemi eyes? Remember that? Like if they would just put Steve Buscemi eyes on celebrities. The internet is horrible. Like, I mean, we all laugh at it, but then like, can you imagine being Steve Buscemi being like, my eyes are so ugly that they have to put it on beautiful people to show how ugly my eyes are? But I guess he makes millions of dollars and gets fucked, so I don't think he cares. He's like, these dead eyes have been working for me for years.
Yeah.
Do you not want to be here right now? Are you okay?
I'm all right.
You need to tell me what's on your mind because you seem stressed.
I'll tell you this. Well, because I really want to hear about you getting high. Like,
yeah, I did Molly for the first time. I'd never done it before.
That's crazy to me though, because like I never think of you as like doing that. I
don't do drugs at all. I wasn't like like what Allison. I'm walking on sunshine. I just kind of smiled a lot. I went to a club in Spain, and then...
Did you want to do this, or did you feel pressured to do this?
No, I wanted to do it. I was like, yeah, I wanted... Because I'm 31. I'm not in my early hundreds, but I'm 31. I was like, I want to try... Everyone keeps talking about it, so I'm like, I guess I should try it once. I don't think it was that strong. The only thing I remember was like biting my teeth a lot, and then just like smiling. But there was a bathroom downstairs that everyone smoked in that this old Spanish woman would come in every 5 minutes and kick us out.
Does he do Molly like regularly?
No, he doesn't he doesn't do drugs at all.
Did he do it when you did it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And our friend who was with us. But it wasn't like crazy. I feel like I'm being judged harshly by everyone right now. Or is this fine? No?
Did you guys hook up while you were on it?
Yeah, well, later at night.
Right.
I had a lot of sex this week.
That's great.
It was. I mean, it was there for 5 days, so it's not that long.
Do you feel
I surprised him. He didn't know I was coming, and I had keys to his apartment.
Oh, my God.
So I landed at 9 a.m., and then when I got there, I, ran up to his house, and I, opened his door, and he was, just waking up, looking at his phone, and he just looks up, and it took him, 3 seconds to register, and he was like, amore. And then we had sex.
That's great.
It was really great. He's moving here next month.
What?
I know. I'm excited.
I'm so happy for you.
I am happy for me, too.
He's going to move, and he's going to live with you?
Yeah.
So you're
he's going to come out here for a month, and then we're going to go back to Spain and have, a vacation, and then we're going to try and figure out what we're going to do.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And this is like Mateo's...
I met him on Instagram. I liked his pictures. He liked mine. We FaceTime jacked off boyfriends. That's how it works. So I feel I can't even believe it's been only the amount of stuff I've squished into weird Romanceville in only a week is really disturbing. Okay, can we talk about Canada? Yeah. So last time I talked. Well, first, how many of you guys actually listen to the show? Okay, great. Oh my God, so many. Thank you. All right.
So you know the ex that I talk about sometimes? It's like this troubled one that's like a toxic situation a little bit. So the other day, I've been drinking a lot again. The other day, I was drunk. I was at a diner. And she was like, do you want to hang out? I said, yeah. She comes over. I'm eating. I'm eating with my mouth open. Like it was
What
awful.
were you eating?
Reuben sandwich. I mean, I've never had that in my life. Like just like a fucking
What's
monster.
in a Reuben sandwich?
And I remember getting like livid that it was taking too long.
Is it ham?
Like it's Reuben.
What's Reuben?
It's
What
like-
animal is that from?
It's a part of the pig family.
So it's some kind of ham.
It's a part of
it's
the.
Not
it's
bacon. It's not. Does anyone know what Reuben is?
I think it's a little Reuben. It's a little.
It's pastrami.
Oh.
Pastrami is so gross, and my Aunt Cindy
What's
won't allow my
pastrami?
Uncle Mike to make it in the house.
What's pastrami?
It's a part of a pig, right?
It's
Delicatessen.
So I was eating a Jewish pig.
Okay.
I was eating a Jewish pig.
Wait a minute. Jews don't eat pigs, so it can't be.
Oh
Is that beef?
God.
I feel like is it. Okay, it's cow. Thank you. I'm like my
it's
agent.
cow.
I'm like, she'll know. All right, sorry.
So it's Jewish pig is a cow.
That
makes sense.
should be the name of my album. Jewish pig. It's cow. I feel like kosher foods could do well with that. You know what I mean? Like if it's like, like it's not chicken, it's vegan. Like Jewish pig, a cow.
Right.
It could be like a cow with like a menorah.
I always wonder how they like.
I guess during the holiday seasons, I don't know, a yarmulke.
How they come up with the names of like what the meat is. Like, were they just
I have no idea.
But so I was eating that, and I remember.
How drunk were you?
I was, and I had one spot, and then, which is like, I did one show, so there's no reason I was like drinking that much. But I've been having a lot of anxiety, so I had like 2 beers at that, and then
After
I was
this,
drinking.
can we talk about your drinking or no?
Sure.
Okay, you brought it up, and
Yeah.
we talked about it before, so we're gonna get into it.
And also, it was like intensifying because like while I was at the diner, I remember getting mad that the pastrami was taking so long.
Even though in reality, it probably took 2.5 minutes.
I remember my ex came in and she was being totally cool, and then she was like, what did you order? And I was like, the fucking pastrami. And I'm usually very polite, like that's not me. Like, and I was getting like heated, and I actually said at one point like, I'm just gonna go. And then they brought out the pastrami, and I sat down and said.
I'm really imagining you like Sherry O'Terry drunk.
But I'm not even usually like that. Like normally,
just by yourself and like everyone's like, Miss, how's it going? Fine, huh? Falls a bitch. I don't care which way you slice it. Just like, Miss, calm down. You know?
I'm usually like too nice. Like people say I need to. I'm trying to be more alpha actually.
I feel you're very alpha, but you're respectable. I don't feel like you're like hi, like that kind of, You're nice.
I'm not very direct.
I'm not nice. Typically.
Well, I want to get more like that.
Okay.
But in this situation, I'm not being nice.
All right.
My
Well,
ex-
also you're surrounded by your ex who was toxic. You're hungry. You're
no,
drunk.
she's not. The combination of us is.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. That's
so
nice
she comes
save.
over, and then she comes back to my apartment, and I've been talking to this other person like every single day, and it's been going pretty good. Except for she had told me that she didn't want to be in a relationship, and then me and my ex had kind of sex.
But okay. Wait a minute.
But
Was the Reuben good?
Is that a
Get back to
euphemism?
that. No, I want to. I want to know for real.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And she's Jewish.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
Yeah. All right. So, was the food good?
The Reuben was good, and the sex was actually pretty fun.
So you had sex with your ex that was
Yeah.
toxic,
But you know
you're
what?
talking to this other girl. Did you have drunk revenge sex because you're mad at the girl because you like her, even though you said you didn't want to commit?
Yes, but the other. Yeah,
I'm trying to follow the
But the-
dots, and the dots aren't.
The other thing is, being with this new person because my sexual confidence was down, and then this new person is making my sexual confidence go way up.
Because she fingered you. They all know. Am I wrong?
Well,
What did I step out of bounds?
No,
you
not
told
at all.
me. You told them.
I know.
These are the people who know.
Yeah.
You're the one who revealed that you got fingered. I was like, Emma, I can't believe you got fingered. You're like, I know.
But because of her, my sexual confidence is so up that I was fucking laying it down on my old girlfriend because like my confidence was back up. So I was like, we're having sex, which I understand like in the age of Me Too is like not cool, but like in the
It's
context,
consensual. No one's going to be like,
exactly.
you're a rapist with your ex.
Exactly.
If anything, we're upset about the Reuben. No,
Right.
I have no idea.
So I did that, and then I flew to L.A., and the Canada girl was in L.A. at the same time.
Okay.
Now, I had been talking to
I'm, like,
my
nervous
friend
for this.
who started doing tarot cards.
Oh,
But I forgot to tell my friend about. I hadn't mentioned because the sex happened so quick with the ex. I hadn't mentioned that I had recently had sex with my ex. So we were doing tarot cards about my current love life, and it was like not good. Like it was like the person's like toxic. It's very bad. So in my head, I'm like, oh, this is about the Toronto girl. So I went to see Toronto that night, and it's like I'm thinking the cards are not good. Like I was like the
It's
cards.
also not real.
I believe. I
mean,
totally believe.
You're upsetting yourself about something that's 100% made up.
I totally
and then
believe it.
This card, what? It was made in Malaysia, and no one knows what we're talking about. And you're making this up.
I totally believe it.
No, you don't.
I really do.
You really believe it?
Yeah.
You really believe someone shuffled cards, and then they're like, that's you.
Yeah. But you have to do some
it's
training.
The same thing when people get way too into astrology.
I'm into astrology.
And astrology is like you're like, Cancer. You enjoy warm baked cookies
What's
out of
your
the
zodiac
oven.
sign?
Me too.
What's your zodiac?
I'm Cancer. My
See,
boyfriend's Capricorn.
These are things that a Cancer would say.
No, okay. You just made that up.
I did.
If anything, a Cancer would believe it. Does anyone know about astrology here? Right. Okay. Yeah.
I totally believe it.
And I love like the astrology. Remember the Gotti mom used to do astrology in Star Magazine.
So you haven't checked to see if you're a good astrological lineup?
No, we are.
Oh, good.
Because someone told me. Because people who are into astrology want you to know that they're into astrology.
Yep.
So if you're like, oh, I have a new boyfriend, what's their sign?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I didn't know they gave. I didn't know gay.
It's so stupid. What is their sign? Their sign what?
I didn't know that gay men did that. I thought that was a
this
lesbian
isn't gay.
thing.
It's typically, I would say, I'm going to generalize here, but typically women are always like, what is their sign?
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Although I went to a psychic in New Orleans with Sashir once, and he read my palm, and he said a lot of cool stuff.
If you thought it was accurate?
I mean, yeah, I sat down, and his first question was, oh, you speak 3 or 4 languages. Which I was like, oh, I speak 4.
They definitely don't say that to me when I sit down. They're like...
well, you're drunk finishing a pastrami, and they're like, miss, we're going to ask you to leave.
Yeah, they're like, do you need a napkin? I'm like, how did you know?
Yeah.
How did you know? But I do believe in the tarot card, and all the stuff was true, but it wasn't true about the current girl. It was true about the person, but the person that drew the cards didn't know I had just had sex with my ex.
Well,
Does that make sense?
How do you know that?
I knew I had had sex with my ex because I was there.
But what if it was about? But what if it's about the Canada girl? Because she hasn't been good for you either.
I think she has. But so I was all suspicious going in with Canada. So I'm in there, and she was like, come over, give me a hug. And I was like, I don't know if I'm the person for this with you.
You said that to her right away?
Yeah, well, actually, I made a little small talk, and then if you really want to know, I complained that I didn't have any cell phone reception in my Airbnb. But then after
Were you in a cave? Like, where was your Airbnb?
It was in Laurel Canyon. I had no cell phone reception.
Okay.
So I complained about that. I'm a good date. And then I said, oh, I just talked to my friend. She actually drew our cards. And she was like, oh. And I was like, not good. And then she was like, really? And I'm like, yeah.
And then she...
And then she was like, is everything okay? And I was like, well, between the cards. And then I also had a weird experience with my ex. And she was like, did you guys have sex? And I was like, we did. And then we kind of talked about that. And then me and her ended up... I don't know if we had sex that night or the next night.
Were you drunk again?
No. Nope. But then we ended up reinvigorating the sexual chemistry while we were in LA, and it was awesome.
So
and I
had back to being good.
Because a big thing. I was always very used to being very toppy, and then now I'm with someone who's pretty toppy.
So you're verse.
I don't like to think so, but
all right. I have a question.
I really don't like to think so. I said just so you know. This is absurd.
I'm the man.
Yes. Yes. I said because. So I.
Is someone ooh back there?
There was this.
This is Maury.
It was interesting because she's fucking real gay.
Okay, I have a question. You know who's really gay?
She looks very feminine, but she's fucking we were talking about what kind of porn do you like, and she's like, I like to look.
The kind of porn I enjoy actually is
yard sales.
Yes. The scenarios I enjoy are yard sales, and this is my lesbian voice. I make my own water. No.
Do any lesbians in here actually make their own water? Because I actually do.
Someone sent me
I
on
do.
Twitter like
I
something
do.
like homemade
I do.
water. It was a lesbian. She tweeted at me. She's
Yeah.
like, "Look, we make our own water."
I didn't even like put it together that I actually do that. And you've said it to me like a bunch of times. Then I like looked in the refrigerator and I have like 3 different kinds of water that I've like manufactured.
Here's what I think you're going wrong. I think you're not being vulnerable enough with this girl. I think you need to let her know you want to be with her.
But I don't know if I even do want to be with her, or do I want to be with her because I think that is like what I should want because I'm 32 and she's only 23.
What is 8? Well, that is, yeah.
23 is really young.
It's how anyone here 23 years old?
Really? Good
And
for
she's
you.
18.
I know.
You're 23.
How old are the people you usually date? That's
She says
totally
25.
safe. Yeah.
I'm repeating because I realize people at home can't hear you. So if I sound crazy, I'm repeating you. I sound crazy. I'm sorry.
I think anything under 26 is a little, I don't know. But we ended up, it was kind of like a sexual awakening for me because it's like you feel like you like know everything that you like, and then like being with this person is like, oh, there's some things I didn't know that I do like. So I'm trying to so that was like really good.
Which is also, I'm in a long distance relationship, so you can make it work.
Right.
And you guys talk to each other every single day.
And we have FaceTime sex.
And you get jealous of each other.
I don't think
FaceTime
she
sex
gets
is
jealous.
great.
I don't think she gets jealous at all.
Hi, welcome to the show. How are you guys? Have a seat. To catch you up, she had a Reuben sandwich. So, all right.
So now
I really felt like I was coming here with so much stuff to tell you, and now I realize I have like nothing to tell you.
Well, we have a lot of questions that have been written in.
Oh, but we could just take live questions.
We could do that too. And then also I was like looking at this article about how to tell if the person you're with is your soulmate in the beginning of dating.
My boyfriend told me, because he's been from Venezuela, but they have like a saying where it's like, you're half of my orange. Does anyone Spanish here that knows this saying? No one? Okay. Well,
it's just like saying
it's supposed to mean you're my soulmate, but he just was like, you're my other orange half. And I was like, excuse me? But I drew a picture of us as oranges.
Oh, that's cute.
I
And
know.
it's probably because he's trying to say like, you complete me.
Yes,
You know?
but he just said it weird. He's like, you're my half orange.
And you guys have like explicitly said like, we're monogamous.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're getting married.
Right.
We're like,
Woo!
we're like obsessed with each other.
Wow.
I've never been like this, so I'm like uncomfortable in every single way.
So this article is very interesting. So it's basically 9 early signs your new partner is actually your soulmate.
All right, let's just read them. Don't read the whole paragraphs
I
because
won't.
who gives a shit about the writer, but I just want to hear the...
This is number 1. It's easier than you would expect the relationship to be. I think that's absolutely true.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah, because you're like, you want it to be, you don't have to always be putting in so much work. Like there's so many people out there that people are like, it shouldn't be that much work.
I really tried to lock down this super beautiful Dominican guy for a long time, but it was just so hard I was like, it shouldn't be this much
Shouldn't
work.
be that much work.
Yeah.
You begin with honesty. So me and Canada Girl have not done that.
Now, do you blame your side for that?
She lied about being single and she lied about her age.
Right. So you started but you've also done that too. You've started relationships based on lies.
Yeah, but not that solid of a lie. I don't think I've started something based on a lie for a little while.
You told someone you won American Idol.
No.
You also tell people you go whitewater rafting,
Yes,
which is
I did.
a wild
do
lie.
that.
It is a wild place to start.
I have to have some interests. Because if people say, what are your interests? I can't just be like, I like watching Law & Order Special Victims Unit.
That's the thing, more people relate to that than whitewater rafting.
No, because the thing
if someone said, I
is-
go whitewater rafting, I'd be like, oh. I wouldn't
No.
even begin. I'd be like, where do you go? Can I just say this? I hate when I asked this one couple, I was like, oh, like, where did you guys meet? And she goes, rock climbing. So already I'm like, great, no one likes you. But, we're in New York, so I was like, oh, like, where do you go rock climbing? And her response to me was, rocks.
Ooh.
You're a cunt. Like, I just want to, you are a cunt. I hate that. And I
Yeah.
also hate rude people. I called New York Sports Club because it was Sunday, not today, but a couple weeks ago, and I wanted the hours. So I called, and it's bad when they pick up and they're already halfway in a conversation with a coworker.
I'm surprised New York Sports Club was doing that.
Well, she picked up, she goes, I know, it's telling Joe. New York Sports Club. I'm like, hi, what are your hours today? And her response to me was, normal hours.
Ooh.
I wanted to be like, did I do something wrong? Like, are we in a fight? Like, what happened? Like, you're a cunt. Like, everyone's a cunt. But anyway, so go. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, whitewater rafting.
Yes. Because I feel like when you first start dating, every like interesting thing you're trying to like send like other signals about like, because I feel like whitewater rafting is like.
But you can do that with honesty.
But it's
also you're a performer.
It's
That's
a way
such a unique
It's a way
thing.
to quickly say like I'm experimental, I'm open-minded,
And a liar.
The truth is, I've been whitewater rafting about 4 times.
All right, Emma, we'd like you to leave.
And the thing is it. I think it highlights. You know, if a girl said she loves whitewater rafting to me, I'd say I'm not into that. I think that I wouldn't.
What is this? What is this ridiculous? But you believe in tarot cards.
Yes.
But if a girl tells you she whitewater rafts, you're like, I'm out.
Yes, I'll tell you why.
I'm out. Okay, yeah.
Because that seems like if she's into it to the point that that's the thing she mentions to me, that's very, very masculine.
Let's go to the next one.
Because that to me seems like, you know, rafting. You're like, I don't, nah. You know what I mean? That's like too much. Does that make any sense?
No. Not even a hint.
This is the other thing. When you go on first dates and people ask what kind of food you like, I feel like it's important to say you like all kinds of food, and I'm into like.
No, I absolutely say I'm like I hate seafood. Well,
That's
now I
fair to
know because
say.
I can't eat it. But I used to say before.
That's fair
I
to
say
say.
I love Italian food.
It's fair to say, as like a gay guy, like lesbians have to be like, oh, we love sushi and stuff like that.
They
Seriously.
do?
Yeah. Yes, lesbians are like, I love sushi.
Why? Because of like
they're
pussy?
trying to show that they're like open-minded and are trying new things. I say I like all kinds of food. I'm like, I'm into this food. I'll do butt stuff to you.
But
You know
in
what I mean?
reality, what kind of food do you not like?
I do like all kinds of food.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I go, yeah, I love Ethiopian food. I say that. I like to use my hands when I eat, so that is good. That's what I say. I like Ethiopian food. I always like using my hands, you know?
All right, let's go to the number 3. I like using my hands.
Does that
when I
sound
eat.
like tacky?
It's just weird.
Oh. Because I'm trying to, you know. So you guys are 2 for 2 now, where it's
Yes.
easier than you'd expect a relationship to be.
Yeah.
Also, you begin with honesty. Good. You feel like you guys begin with honesty? Mm-hmm. You're not having the same doubts with others you've dated.
Yes, very true. Because this is the first time, like, why is this happening? So why is this good?
That's good. You feel so much more confident in yourself.
I do. Well, I'm always insecure. I'm just innately insecure.
Does he make
So-
you feel like
he
a
makes me
better
feel-
version of yourself?
Yeah.
I would say that
He's proud of me. That's a weird
That's
thing.
nice.
Yeah.
But someone would be a psychopath not to be proud of you.
No, there's a guy I dated before. He hated that I would do like comedy and all that stuff.
He
And,
wasn't
like,
proud of you?
No.
What did he do?
Like, kind of mad about it, like jealous about it, or ashamed about it. I think embarrassed about it.
What did he do?
He worked for I'm trying not to give away his job too much. He worked for the Obama administration.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a cool
Almost
job.
anything else, I would have been like, "Fuck that guy."
No,
But
he
yeah.
he would like travel
Yeah,
the world and
yeah.
like with like Obama and like Michelle and like knew them as like he was like he had a great job.
Yeah, I get. All right.
Yeah, and I was like, dick jokes.
He won that round. Yeah.
He did win that round.
You're both willing to do whatever it takes to spend time together.
Yeah, he's moving here, and I surprised him.
So me and Canada don't really have that one. And then you feel more confident in yourself. I do feel more confident in a way because this sexual awakening. Oh, so I said to my ex after we had sex, I go, you can thank Canada for that because it's brought my mojo back. And she said, yeah. She goes, sure did. And then she laughed and said, I can't believe you said that. I said, well, I'm the man one. I didn't say you could thank Canada. It was the next morning because she was like, that was really fun. Like, we should, like, you know, do that more often. And I was like, yeah, you know, like, I think we should, you know, shout outs to Canada. Because she really, like, you know, got me feeling. But she does, I'm not feeling
Which I feel like is kind of insulting to
But-
the ex to be like, yeah, this other girl really got me going.
But also, like, I'm not feeling like a sexual stallion like I was about 6 years ago. Like, 6 years ago, I was killing it. And then it's been real rocky the past couple years.
I've never been killing it. I'm too fear-based.
I promise I was killing it for about 8 months. I was killing it. Longer than 8 months. I was killing from the end of college right up to about just after the end of college. No.
I thought you were like from. Yeah, okay,
I
yeah.
had a really, because I really had, my system in college was really, I had a good system.
Yeah, Craigslist.
This was before I had to go on Craigslist.
That Craigslist model.
This is before I went on to Craigslist, but this is also I was like really.
I'm just incredibly fear-based, so I never had like this sexual like renaissance, and I was always just like I'm horrified of everything in myself.
Do you feel like that was like maybe like internalized homophobia or something?
No, I just am fear-based. I think it's a Catholic thing because I'm Italian, Irish, and Mexican, so it's like the trifecta of Catholicism. So if it's like cloudy out, I'm like it's probably my fault.
Do you have any? Do you have any like sexual fantasies about like any like Catholic related stuff?
No, like being fucked by a priest or something.
Yeah.
No, because it's too like even that's too gay.
Too
for
cliche.
Me. Well, to be like a priest, like can't get into these pearly gates without let me seeing your dick. You know, I don't even know like. There's nothing sexual about religious people.
I never even thought of that one.
Well, Christian religious people are so innately gay, and like if you Google like Christian rock singer, it just looks like Grindr. Like they're they're just it's so like Christians are so gay and they don't even know it. You know what I mean? They're like, I love him. I'm like, me too, girl. Right. You know. Like Jesus was clearly gay. There's no question.
You think Jesus was gay?
If you're hanging out with a hooker in 0 BC and not fucking her, you're gay.
Ah.
And she's the first fag hag. And let's also get to this. I said this the other night. Someone booed me. I'm like, you're not going to heaven because you booed. But Also, I don't think I have this theory that he was never walking on water because gays walk very fast. If you notice that,
yes, they do.
Where are
they going? You know what it is? Maybe it's
Starbucks. Like we're just going.
It could be a self-protection thing.
That's what I'm saying. We're so used to like being hunted. Yeah.
Yes.
I think like
but gay men walk fast and then lesbians waddle.
Oh no, lesbians don't walk. But
lesbians just
gays are running like the Flash, and lesbians are like This is where I live now.
Yes.
But I think, like, on Google Maps, they should say, like, if it's a 15-minute walk, they should say gay walk 3 minutes.
Yes.
So I think Jesus wasn't walking on water. I think he was gay walking, and there happened to be water underneath him. He was like one of those lizards in the jungle that runs on water. And people are stupid back then. They're like, a miracle! He's looking for dick. You know, I just...
He's right. I always thought that, like, Jesus and God, like, transcended gender.
I don't know. He had a beard.
Right.
So I don't know. I was trying to be some kind of hipster.
I've been having facial hair problems myself.
Wait, are you really? Mm-hmm. I wish I could grow a full beard, but I can't. I just have like a Jafar goatee. It's not very thick here, but I've had a mustache since I was like 7.
All right, let's see how you do on these other ones.
Okay.
You're both open to love at the very beginning.
Yeah, we said we love each other in 5 days.
Wow.
I know, we were crying at the airport like, I love you. I don't know I'm so Italian. But this is the only way I'm going to find someone. It's never going to be conventional. I can't, like, New York dating just doesn't work for me. Every New York date, it's like a job interview. You're like, well, we went on the 3rd date and it went really well, so I feel like there's going to be a 4th one, you know? And, like, everyone's too busy, and it's a city full of, like, alpha males, and everyone's pissed off, and it's like, fuck it. It's literally easier and more pleasurable to date someone in Spain.
Totally.
Am I wrong? Isn't New York dating hard?
I know so many, like, great single people in New York. Like, great ones where they would not be single anywhere else.
I just think I'm so insane that, like, this is what works for me. The drama.
Are you scared that when he moves... Like, what happens when he moves here and then...
I fall. I'm, like, going to be madly in love.
You can tell each other anything.
Yes.
I think I can tell my ex and Canada, like, 60%.
60%'s not a lot.
I thought you were going to say that's not bad.
That's 10% above 50%. That's a D minus.
Oh.
Do you feel you're more honest with me than you are with a sexual partner?
It's easier to be honest with friends than...
So you're finding sexual partners that you're not looking as friends as well?
I'm pretty honest with the Canadian.
But do you see what I'm saying? You're separating... Like, your sexual partner should be your friend, too.
I do feel like they're my friends in a way that I resent. But I don't want to resent them anymore, you know? Like, I want to not
Can I hook you up with someone?
Ugh.
Come on. You wanted to do that with me forever.
But I really like there's things about the Canadian I really like, and I don't know if it's just that, like, it's like she's opening my mind up. And she met my friend, and she was really nice to my friend. Because I've had other girlfriends I've been with are, like, not nice to my friends. I don't like that.
Have you talked to your mom about it?
I told my mom about it, and she was like, sounds interesting. And then I told my mom that the girl I've been going on dates with mom is like super homophobic, and my mom, or is like super uncomfortable with her being gay. And my mom was like, "That's too bad. It's just, what does it matter, And I was like, "You're right."
This time your mom sounds like she's on Quaaludes. I don't know why.
I actually am
too bad. Like,
I am trying to get her to start.
can you please do your mom and dad what they say when they see each other?
Hello, Jeff. Susan. How have you been? Good. Things are good. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I guess it's good that we can be here in the same room together. We couldn't always do that. All right.
You're so waspy. Like
So, and that's when they were having sex. Hey,
Italians would never ever behave that way. Oh my God.
Yeah, so waspy.
It would be like, Susan, you're a whore. I mean, that's how it would start.
If someone called my mom a whore, oh my
Aunt
God.
Cindy threw drinks. I mean, there's so much
If
stuff.
someone called it would be,
my Aunt Nikki dated someone and then married someone, and then when they finally got divorced, he showed up somewhere, and the first thing my Aunt Cindy did was throw a drink on his face, and then everyone started fighting and screaming, and then the cops came, but arrested him.
Wow. If someone
He crashed my uncle's wedding and caused a scene in my Italians.
If
are so
someone
dramatic.
called my mom a whore, I remember even when I remember being really little, and my mom saw something on Oprah or somewhere where she was like, everyone's just giving each other blowjobs, and that's disgusting. And I was like, all right. And then she was like, it's disgusting because, it's like there's nothing in it for the woman. And I was like, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I would think if I was like straight, I would be doing tons of blowjobs.
And didn't you used to do blowjobs?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And you were good, right? Like you gave a blowjob like a coal miner. Like you were like,
I was
you
good.
punched in, the helmet went on, light went on. You had a mission, you had a job, and you reacted as if the cave was going to collapse on you, and you had to get out of there.
I read all kinds of books. I did all the
Books. You had to read books.
I read books. I watched tons of porn. I did all kinds of things to it.
There's not that much to know.
Well, I did a lot of things. Like I did.
What was like a move you would do? You would throw up on them?
No.
You're like, all right, Tom, let's do this. Well, Emma, let's call it a night.
I'm trying to think how many blowjobs I've given in my life. Okay, I gave the guy named Hamad, Anthony, Jake.
You started
Tony.
with a man named Hamad?
Yep.
Good for you.
Hamad, Anthony, Jake, Tony, another Anthony. I think that's crazy, right?
No, that
John,
sounds
a guy
fine.
named John.
Okay.
That's crazy. Me giving.
Did you ever have
blowjobs?
intercourse?
A couple times with the same person named John.
Okay.
And it was just not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember having to get like pretty fucked up because I had a pact with all my friends in high school. It's like we're gonna wait until we're 18 to have sex, and all my friends in high school were straight, and they were like, okay, and I was like really adamant about it. I was like, you don't want to.
Of course you were. You were like, guys, listen up.
This is. We gotta focus on making our water. We don't have time to have sex with people. We gotta do this. But I was like, all right, like let's wait until sex is important. Let's wait until we're married to have sex. And then like one by one, all my friends started having sex.
Dropping like flies.
And I was like, shit. And I had this boyfriend, John, and I was like, maybe the reason I'm not connecting with men is because I haven't had sex yet. And I loved watching porn, and I used to go online and like have a lot of cyber sex.
But you always pretended you were the man.
I used to pretend I was a man and have cyber sex with women until I called one of the women and it turned out they were a man.
Well, I used to pretend I was like Britney Spears and then lie to people. I was like, I'm Britney. And they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. Like, I mean.
You'd go on AOL chat and do that?
Yeah, of course.
I remember I would do that. And I remember when this guy, I was like bothered that he lied to me about saying he was a woman. Because I was like, because he was the one pushing to get on the phone. We used to go back and like cyber sex like every day. And then he was like, let's get on the phone. And so I was like, all right,
was he gay?
No. And then I was like, you lied to me. And then he was like, do you still want this pussy? And I was like, do you want this dick? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, let's go back online. And then we did it a little bit. We did it a little bit more. Because he, as a she, was a
You still want this pussy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want this dick, if you...
Yeah.
The pictures... He would send me pictures of this like smoking hot, like Victoria's Secret.
How
girl.
naive were we back then on the internet?
I just wanted
Like,
it to be true.
You lied to me. Like,
Yeah.
the internet should just be called a lie.
Right, it's a lie.
Wait,
And
by the
then
way, we
I
have
was-
21 minutes left, so I wanted to say we should take questions
We
soon.
should, but so I used to do so I would do my like cyber sex and all that stuff. But then I remember when John and I had sex, I had to get pretty like fucked up first. But I remember, it was weird. Like I remember him on top of me, like pumping around a little bit. I know. It was a lot.
I was jealous.
It was a lot.
All right, so
I think I did it 3 times.
Normally we answer questions online, but we were here, so if anyone has questions, you can ask. Mm-hmm. Or is it easier to ask questions online?
Probably because it's more anonymous. And you can say it's a safe space. You can say, think of all the things I just said. You're not going to look worse than
I've
that.
revealed so much embarrassing shit, so I don't know. Does anyone have questions or no? This is going to be great for the
It's
podcast.
totally okay
Yeah,
if you
you have a
don't,
question.
so.
I'm going to say the question so people can hear.
You mentioned at first that you wanted to be the man.
So
Mm-hmm.
he's saying that you wanted to be the man.
Now, do lesbians have like top and bottom?
Yes.
Yeah, lesbians do have top and bottom. But I think
No, it's like it totally depends on the thing, but it can be like 100% like
But I think
absolutely yes.
Even straight people have
I've
tops
been in
and
like
bottoms. I think it's
used to-
an energy thing.
yes, it is. I had this friend Rachel back in college. She used to fuck her boyfriend with a strap on. But does that mean she's a top? I don't necessarily know even.
That's what her Grinder profile said.
Yeah. Because
It's a
even
verse top.
if I was with a girl that was like a real bossy, like she was like, if I was wearing a strap on and she was riding me and all that stuff, I would still be the man one. She would just be like a bossy bitch. Yeah. And I realize I like that. I like those bossy ones. But where I excel sexually is if someone likes to get degraded a little bit. If someone doesn't
If
like
someone
that,
likes
then
to
I
get
run
the
out of.
what?
They like to get degraded. If someone doesn't like to get degraded, then I run out of things to say. Like, I'm so maxed out. I've literally, when having sex with Canada Girl, I am maxed out because she likes to get called a good girl, so fine. So I was like, you also like to get called a bad girl? No. I was like, do you like to get called like a slut or a dirty whore or anything like cum slut? No.
Just
So-
a good girl?
Yeah, so all I have to
What is
say...
she, Shirley Temple?
I don't know. So all I have to say, like, while we're having sex is I've been like, I say that like 5, I've run out of things to say. And
Yeah, I would run out of things to say, too.
I like having a bunch of stuff to
Yeah,
say.
you got to change it up every time.
Right. So I got to figure out what are other things to say.
You're a great girl? I don't know. All right, does anyone have other questions? Oh, I guess we're... Okay, I guess we've... Really? I thought... Okay.
We have other questions.
Oh, we have
from Reuben.
online questions we can answer.
But
so.
yeah, there are definitely, I feel like, lesbian like tops and bottoms.
Yeah, but I think that's an energy that's between straight couple, any couple, I really think. Like, between two people. There's always, like, the trading of dominance and submission and,
Yeah.
I think at tops and bottoms, we just use that terminology to, for in gay world. He's like,
Yeah, because I guess with guys, it's thinking about
what?
who's getting fucked and who's fucking more. Like, who's the... Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's usually like more clear, but honestly, like you also like never know. Like I had this friend in college who was like super faggy, so I assumed he was a bottom. And then we were talking once and I was like, he was horrified. I thought he was a bottom, but he was so faggy. He was like, you thought I was a bottom? And I was like, yes, I did. And he was like, how could you? No, no, that's like, no, I'm the top. And he just couldn't believe. I feel like when
It's also the same when you watch like gay for pay porn, and they're always like,
I watch gay
I've
guy
never
porn.
done anything like this before. And then like you can shove a couch up their ass. You know?
Yeah.
So same thing. Maybe they're just lying.
I watch those porns. I love them.
You should be studied.
I like those porns. I like those gay guy porns. I like it because there's more dirty talk in the porn.
Yeah, there's just some more like maybe aggression. I don't know.
Yeah, I like the gay guy porns and I like cuckold porns.
I didn't even realize cuckold porn was a thing, and
It's
I
a
realized
big
it's like one
thing.
of the most searched porns.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like totally.
I
like
didn't.
that.
I had no idea.
Yep,
I
I
barely
like-
even knew like what it meant.
So you don't Google any of that stuff?
Cuckold porn?
Yeah.
No.
What do you Google?
Mostly Mariah Carey high note compilations.
But to jerk off to?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
She hits the high notes.
I'm trying to think of outside of porn, I literally Google the same shit over and over again. It's like Barbra Streisand singing, Mariah Carey singing, Mariah versus Christina.
See, I'm
Fran Lebowitz interviews, Howard Stern clips.
See, if I was Googling that, I wouldn't look at porn because those all would be such a turn
But porn
off.
sometimes becomes like a errand, like something I'm doing. Like
Yes.
I'm like, ugh, I'm like, okay, let's get this over with. Like even you're watching the video, like, what is he? A pizza delivery? Who gives a shit? Let's go to the anal. Like you're just like, I gotta get to bed. We gotta go. It becomes a.
Now when I watch porn, there's like almost like a sadness to it because it's like, oh, me and you again. Here we are. It's just
not exciting. You don't feel like you're getting away with anything. You're
Yeah.
just like wasting good
And that's
paper
why it was so
towel.
fun being with the Canada girl because we were doing all kinds of like FaceTime sex.
I do FaceTime sex now with my boyfriend.
And that felt good. It felt like it was like interactive porn. So like that was like a nice thing.
Yeah.
But
this is kind of embarrassing to be like FaceTime sex. I mean,
I know.
there's something about
As
it
a
that's a little
32-year-old.
degrading. But I think sex in a lot of ways, like if you really took a step back and watch what you're doing, you'd be like, we look like idiots.
You think so?
I don't know.
You and your
sometimes.
boyfriend, or you guys look so. I bet you guys look.
No, we
his-
have great sex.
And his boyfriend is like beautiful,
Yeah, he's
gorgeous.
really handsome. I'm
Does-
stressed out thinking about it.
Just how good looking he is.
He's just so handsome.
Do you compare yourself to him at all?
No, but I think there's a natural. I think all couples compare, but like gay men especially, like because looks seems to be such a huge focus on the gay community. Unfortunately, like we over-sexualize ourselves. But yeah, like if you're a man with another man, like I think
'Cause
there is a
I
comparison,
never-
like my arms, his arms, stuff like that.
There was this. I know this girl that started dating women, and she said that she always like her girlfriend's like in amazing shape, and she's like, so I feel like jealous of that. I'm like, really? Like, wouldn't you just like appreciate your girlfriend's body because it's your girlfriend? It's not like your friend.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I
might not
wouldn't-
have that kind of confidence to just be like, I don't know.
I wouldn't. I've never been like compared myself to someone I was like dating. Like
That's
that.
healthy. That's actually one of the most healthy things I've ever heard you say.
So I got one thing.
It is. It's something I don't do.
That could be a gender thing because I'm not thinking of myself I'm thinking of myself as such the man one. It's like not. It's like why would me and this woman be comparing ourselves?
So you don't compare yourself physically to any women? Do you compare?
No.
Did you physically compare yourself to men?
Sometimes I do.
Okay.
Yeah, Channing Tatum.
He is really sexy. He just
I
broke up
know.
with his wife.
I know.
Okay.
Definitely not gay.
I think he's
No.
alluded to the fact that he's like bisexual or pansexual. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's queer friendly.
He's definitely queer friendly.
Oh my
but,
god, for sure.
yeah.
He's so hot. He's a stripper.
All right, we've got time for one question from. Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh yes.
I know. Let me just say, people ask all the time if.
Oh my
She asked if my boyfriend wants a visa. It is really, and not you, but I love you. But it is so insulting. Like if I say like I'm gonna go surprise my boyfriend and we're gonna get married. The first question is, oh, he wants a visa, which it's so like belittling and discrediting to like the relationship I've worked so hard for. Not saying you because so many people asking that question. And also, like, there's just so much more to it. But, like, it's such a belittling question when you're like, oh, I fell in love. He lives in Spain. Oh, he's looking for a visa. And it's like, thanks for knocking my confidence down to I had a shred of confidence left. And it's just tumbled. Like, it's so weird, people's response
But
to you say you're dating
you have
someone.
like so many things to offer. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like you're like the top prize.
Yeah, but when someone says that, it makes you feel not good about yourself.
I could see that.
Because
yeah.
now suddenly, now instead of explaining how you've fallen in love, you're on the defense.
Right.
So you're like, but no, but it's like, wait, why am I standing here defending my relationship with somebody else? This is ridiculous. Like, I shouldn't have to do that.
you just and it's like you trust him and then you know it's not.
Yeah.
him. Also, it seems like he's come here because he wants to be with you. He's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't like itching
No.
to get over to the country.
Yeah, he's a hot man in Spain. He's not like I need New York. It's like,
I would consider marrying someone if they needed a visa.
that doesn't shock me.
You know, because
I couldn't handle the stress. It's difficult what they put you through. Like, it's not easy. You can't just get married and go. Like, even if I wanted to get married, like, right away, it's hard.
It's
you
really
have to get,
hard.
Like, an immigration lawyer.
Expensive.
You have to do all this stuff.
Because I was thinking, and there could be something romantic about it, where you really roll, like, say, hypothetically, one were to put an ad up anonymously online.
When did you do it?
And you said, I'll marry you you become a U.S. citizen, and I'll marry you. And then it's really rolling the dice because maybe you could meet your soulmate that way. Because of all the people to respond, it's like, and then you sift through, and then the one you pick.
It's like 90 Day Fiancé.
It's like there could be something magical there. You know?
It doesn't shock me you believe in tarot cards.
I'm trying to come up with new ways to meet people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this
If
is
you
our
have
question.
questions at any point, just yell them out. You don't have to raise your hand.
Okay, so someone wrote...
No one has questions or comments. Do you have a question or comment? I just feel so like a
and it's
loser.
totally
This
okay.
feels like last picked at kickball.
It's all good.
Are we uninteresting? Are we just... Okay. I'm so insecure.
So I'm 28 and in a very serious relationship with another guy, but I've always wanted
Is this a guy or a woman?
They don't say.
Okay.
All right, I think we'll be able to figure it out from the question. Quick question. So I'm 28 in a very serious relationship with another guy, but I've always wanted to try the gay sex party. The gay sex party.
There's only one.
Oh, yeah?
And it's hard to get into.
Apparently. I've always wanted to try the gay sex party. Probably shouldn't have watched so much porn in my teens. I mean,
I don't know. Whatever.
who can't start their manifesto like that? Anyways, my boyfriend is very open-minded, but it's not his thing, and I don't have any gay friends. So I just Googled and applied online.
To a gay sex party? TheGaySexParty.com. Sign in. Send us your email.
Whoa. This sounds like something a porn site would use to get people, like naive people to send in their stuff so then they can like post their shit online. So I'm always thinking. Not necessarily. Okay, so I just Googled and applied online, sent over my photos, and got into one of the parties, which was kind of boring for me. Oh. Well, I had to go alone. Does
his boyfriend know that he went to a sex party, sent these pictures, applied online, and then went alone?
It was supposed to be a college-age party, but there was lots of old...
Yeah, of course. It's going to look like lemonparty.com.
It was supposed to be a college-age party, but there was lots of old camel penises flopping around.
A camel penis? What, do they dry and hold water?
Wouldn't camels have big, big penises?
Why wouldn't you say a horse? Who goes for a camel?
He sounds like he's in the creative arts.
He sounds like he's foreign. The gay sex party.
I left in an hour, and the closed check-in guy and the registration guy were both surprised. I guess people stay longer? Anyway, have you done anything like that before? Emma, I hope you haven't. What the fuck does that mean? He doesn't think I can hang at a sex party?
Have you been to a sex party before? No?
No.
I've never been to a sex party.
You would be a big hit at a sex party. I'm a special taste, and then I have...
I had one
and then I have
threesome
special...
at Gay Ski Week in Aspen. I hated it.
What happened?
I need like a one-on-one. I joined a couple, and it was, I don't know. It was too much. I don't have that kind of like, bravado.
They need to, if you join the couple, then you're their house guest, and that's on them for not making you have an amazing time.
Well, it wasn't like they made me key lime pie and like dinner and we sat down. But it wasn't, I don't know. I just wasn't into it. Am I boring?
No.
I feel boring.
No. Okay, so he says, I guess people stay longer.
Well, what's his question?
I mean, so he's saying, have we ever done a sex party? But then he said, Emma, I hope you haven't. Motherfucker.
That's rude. Was this your mother?
No.
Like, I don't
Emma,
even understand.
I hope you haven't her real...
Emma, I went to a sex party.
She would just come out and ask, like, are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I mean, I lived in Berlin and I've seen much. Matteo, do you think there's anything a bit more advanced in the city? Ooh.
The fuck would I know? I literally I listen to Mariah Carey high note compilations.
That means he's trying to have blood drawn.
What?
He's into
Is he
blood
joining
play.
a gang?
You know, he's into 23-year-old, cover your ears. I'm
she
just
can
kidding.
handle it.
No, if he's saying, is there anything more advanced? That he's like, anything more advanced than a sex party? That means an extreme sex party.
Prison?
It means he wants a sex party with like whips and chains, and someone takes a knife and draws a little blood.
He has Google.
That's what I think more advanced. And yes, there's tons of stuff of that in New York.
That sounds so stressful to me.
That's a real thing. And they take hot wax and they pour it on each other.
It reminds me of like when we remember Real Sex on HBO, and I remember being like 13 and watching it and being like, "Is this what sex is?" I love
Real Sex. Yeah.
And then you become older and you're like, "Oh, that's not what sex is.
Right.
That's just crazy people."
Right.
Like there was like an old woman brushing her teeth with cum. I'm like, "Is that what we do?" Like, I'm like, "Is that what my parents do? Are they just brushing their teeth with cum?" And then I get older, I'm like, those are just crazy people.
Yep.
But I was 13, I was like, anyone naked, I need to see it. You're just crazy.
There was this one Real Sex thing where it was like this woman just like riding a pie. And it was so
when you get
fucking...
there.
It's so ingrained in my head. Riding a pie. So
what kind of pie?
Key lime.
Was it really key lime pie?
It really was, yeah.
That's my favorite pie.
Me too. I love key lime pie.
I love key lime.
Yeah.
I make a great key lime pie.
And
Not for anyone to ride on.
Yeah.
To eat it.
If she really liked key lime pie, she wouldn't have been able to ride the pie.
It sounds like she really liked key lime pie.
That's a lot of self-control, though, to not be eating it while you're riding it.
Well, you don't want to eat it after your asshole's like smeared all over it.
I think that you would ride the pie that wasn't your first favorite pie to eat because you'd want to eat
I don't think I've ever
pie.
looked at a pie and thought, I need to ride that pie.
If I was a penis man, I would put my penis in hot apple pie.
Like the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's when you're like 13 and you're discovering, you're just like...
Because you're trying to...
A fan, anything. Like you're just like...
You're trying to build up your stamina. Because people always say, oh, he came so quick. And it's like, yeah, because it's probably really hard to keep your penis hard.
No
all
pun
that
intended.
time. Yeah. People put so much weight, like all that stuff on men. Oh, he came too quick.
It is hard. I was telling my friend Nick earlier, I'm like, I could never be a top. I don't have that kind of confidence.
Yeah, it's going to be like...
You like that? Like, just let me lay back and go for the ride.
Do you think I should try saying you like that to the girl? As a new thing to say? Because literally all I'm saying now...
Well, it seems to be like porn.
Or
they're always checking in if they like it or not. It's like, well... Yeah,
I've done that before. I've asked if you like that a lot, and then people... No, I've said, like, are you all right?
That's not a good question to ask during sex. Are you okay?
I had been with someone who had been through
and
a lot
was like, here's my sexual thing. I asked if they're okay, and I have a box of Kleenex ready to go next to the bed.
I had been with someone who had been through a lot of sexual trauma, and then the next person I was with, I was always like, are you all right? Because the person who had the sexual trauma was, like, always, like, seeming kind of, which was, like, not...
Have you brushed your teeth with semen before? Wait, read that.
That was not part of my blowjob thing.
4 minutes.
So I don't know if we necessarily. So if his question is if there's anything more extreme in the city, Matteo, do you think there's anything more advanced?
We sufficiently went through this.
There's absolutely more advanced stuff. I should write back. I'll be like, I'll ruin
I'm
your
sure
world.
there is. There's anything you're looking for, I'm sure you can find it. There was a man who died by getting fucked by a horse. I'm sure you can find something.
That was. This question is really random. I'm curious in both your personal and professional opinions what the best comedy clubs are in San Francisco or Sacramento or the Bay Area in general. I'm dying for a night of laughs. We should connect her with the guy that just wrote in and like just be like, we think you two would get along. Not saying matchmaker. He's gonna like show up like dressed like a lizard, like choking himself, and she'll be like ready to laugh, and then it's fucking like.
Oh, she'll laugh.
Yeah,
they'll definitely laugh. I literally don't know. I guess Google it. We've only done one show in San Francisco, Sketchfest.
So, yeah, I didn't love San Francisco when I was there.
I loved it. Are you kidding me? It was so beautiful.
San Francisco was beautiful. We had a great time doing the podcast, but then the show...
Well, people are very, like, PC there. I was like, hello. They're like, you're a homophobe. And I was like, what? Like...
This one's just for you. Dear Matteo, I've been working out like crazy, but have not seen much of a change. I used to be a swimmer and have a high metabolism. I'm toned, but can't seem to see a difference in my skinny arms. You've mentioned that you follow a plan and was wondering if you would share it. Thank you, Emma.
What?
Love, Ian.
Ian?
Yeah.
Ian, you have to find a nutritionist, but you just have to eat a lot of protein and carbs and lift heavy. I eat 4 times a day. I pre-make my meals and lift heavy and go to the gym.
Do you give yourself a cheat day?
Oh, every day. What are you talking about? Yeah, because I have a high metabolism too, so it's like I can go the extra mile. So like at night, if I'm at the cellar, like I'll get like I don't know, like the chicken cutlet, the breaded chicken cutlet and stuff. I know this is really thrilling.
You work it all off. Yes, thank you, Gail.
Yeah. Alt comedy for those, okay, there's this thing in comedy where it's like there's alt comedy, club comedy. But I feel like I started in alt rooms. Here's the thing. When you're queer, I think you're always in between. So like Emma and I probably have a luxury of being able to perform for super alt rooms, and also we mainly work in clubs because being a queer voice is just so not really used to being heard that you kind of just are new everywhere you go. So when I do alt rooms, like a lot of times there's almost not like a pass, but like I don't know.
Yeah, they're like more excited, whereas then sometimes at a club it'll actually be like harder. But
I don't know, but good clubs they're like good.
But you have to be at the
too.
club. I mean, you can do alt if you want to. Alt
I
depends
now
what your goals
mainly
are.
performing clubs, but I started in alt.
What does alternative mean to you?
I did shows in Albany and hooked up with this guy who was. Sorry, go on.
Probably not. And this woman asked me to come up to her. She's one of the volunteers from the audience, and she goes, "Okay, I've got something to tell you." And she goes, "Tell me a joke."
Ugh.
A joke, and she's like, she just repeats the joke out of the microphone.
That was her comedy?
She's a joke thief.
Listen, I went to art school. There's a lot of wasted time in the arts. So I'm sure there's also a lot of people who are like, I'm a comedian. And I mean, the same thing in New York, like, I'm an actor. I'm like, more fries, please. So it's like, it just depends on what you want to do in comedy. Like, if you're super weird, great, make it work. As long as you can make people laugh, then you're doing your job.
The best of alt is something that's like really...
She did, well, then she's a bad
But she was retelling your joke. I think the best of alt is something that's really creative and different that clubs wouldn't give someone the time and the space to explore, and then it's like that's like the best of it. And then the worst of it, I think, is people hiding under like a certain kind of pretentious, like it's not relatable, it's not funny, it's super long-winded, but it's alternative. So if you don't think it's funny, you just don't get it. That's when it's at its worst.
Yeah, there's a lot of
people shouldn't be wondering get it or don't get it. Either they like. I think it's either they want to be your friend, they want to have sex with you, or they hate you so much as the Omarosa effect. And if you don't resonate with one of those three...
I love all different types of alt comics. I mean, one of my favorite, I don't even know, I don't even like labels. I just see comedian. But I guess some people would name like someone like Julio Torres like an alt comic. I don't know if he would name himself that, but just for the sake of the conversation. But I think he's a genius.
Right.
He's got crystals on stage, he's talking back. I mean, like, to me, that's like... It's also so well thought out and so smart that he's not doing it for a shock value. He's not doing it
so it's like the alternative to the norm of comedy, but it's still like a good form of comedy.
And he's intrinsically an artist, a creative thinker. So someone like that to me is like, I think they're a genius.
When I think of alt comedy, I think of like really dark chocolate, where it's like 90% cocoa. And then then mainstream comedy is like the more milk, the more mainstream. But it's like you sound smarter to say you like dark chocolate. You know what I mean? Like I usually say I like 60% dark. That's what I usually say. The truth is I like milk all the way. Hershey's, the more milky the better. I
like dark chocolate.
You sound more, and that sounds more intellectual.
Does it? Though?
It really does. Yeah. It's like a whole thing, because it's like the difference between American cheese and fancy cheese. If you say you like American cheese, then it's like there's certain assumptions there. Wow,
it's so good. But
you're lucky you have a boyfriend, because you can't be out here willy-nilly saying you like American cheese.
I know, that's true. That's a good question, though.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, wait. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
now we have
20.
questions. Great. Okay,
Yeah.
We'll start with you. Did you have a question? Oh, you're just sneezed. Okay. Yes, 23-year-old or 5-year-old. What? How? 23. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a nice pin.
Oh my God, Emma, you're being hit on right now. We're all watching you be hit on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
She's 23, and she's beautiful, and she's feminine, which you like, right? Okay, and so are you?
It's just so interesting to me that after listening to me talk like this, you're like, let me get my pin together, and
I fucking love you.
Yeah, let's go out sometime.
Fabulous.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
Work, Emma. Oh my God, you have to report back. Can I come on the date and record the whole thing? Can we do that? Would anyone want to hear that? Oh my God, I'm so doing that. Can we go somewhere? Let's go to Ribalta. Best food. Best Italian food. If you ever want to find me, I'm at Ribalta.
We'll figure it out, and then we'll take it.
Look at you, did just turn into a man. You're like, yeah, we'll do it. That was a very manly way to handle that. Very good, Emma. Work. Okay, what's your name? Temple.
Thank you, Temple.
Look at that. Oh, God, Temple Grandin. The autistic animal husbandry expert who sleeps in a squeeze box. I'm obsessed with her. Can I take a tour of your slaughterhouse? She's amazing. That was what Claire Danes, who played her, did such a terrible job. She just made her like, don't feed me, I can live, put on your jello. Like, she just like yelled the whole time. Temple Grandin's like, she's
the one that invented, you put the pigs in a box?
No, she invented a squeeze box, which she sleeps in, which she later, her roommates in college thought it was sexual, but then she got a blind roommate. But
So she got famous from sleeping in a box?
No, she got famous because she invented a machine that was like slaughters cows so they don't know they're being slaughtered. Like,
so she's a fucking psycho.
She's no, she's autistic, but her way of thinking, like she's likening
She's out here trying to trick a cow?
No, she's like making it better. She's likening her nervous system to cows. She herself is very smart. I mean, she's sort of mimicked normal people. Like she has to mimic like emotions.
So she
and
wanted
stuff.
the cow to avoid the chance of the cow being like, am I going to die right now?
Well, she
and then
found
they
out
die.
if the cow is being held, that their nervous system calmed, and then she designed this like sort of pattern. Is anyone else double check? Yeah, So she knew, but Claire Danes played her, and I thought she just did a terrible job.
So she
don't feed me that. Like she just yelled, can I take a tour of your slaughterhouse? Like she just yelled the whole time.
Did she make a ton of money off of the cow thing?
Oh yeah, she's so rich. She's a genius. She like does tours and like talks and stuff like that.
Are there other animals that need to figure out ways to be slaughtered?
I don't know that much. I just know Claire Danes did a bad job, but she won a Golden Globe for it.
Maybe I should try to do this thing where like you put a chicken in a package and that makes it feel less pain. You know?
I don't.
But I wouldn't even want to do that with myself.
No,
like I wouldn't want to.
But she does it. She sleeps because she doesn't want to be touched. Like she doesn't want to be like have human touch, but she wants to be held. So she has this box and she'll see. I know it sounds so convoluted. She's a genius. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, did you have a question? Oh, sorry. Anyone else have questions? Yes? No? Yes.
Yes.
Who are your comedy heroes?
Joan Rivers and my Aunt Cindy are my comedy heroes. My Aunt Cindy, she looks so Mexican. She's like this little Mexican woman, and she's so, like, she's a genius. I grew up next to her. I grew up in the same block as my first 22 cousins. And she's just so funny. Most of my pattern and the way I speak is like her. And then Joan Rivers.
Does she know that you like look up to her like that?
I think so. I mean, it's so funny when I was back in Chicago, I was watching her talk and we were telling stories. And I think if I told her like, you're funny, like she would be more cautious about how she is. But when she's just naturally talking, she's such a performer. She's so funny. She's so funny.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like what?
Smart, witty, not like, she has punchlines. Like, I don't know. I have a very funny family.
I would say for comedians, probably Richard Jenny, Kevin James, Cat Williams.
Cat Williams is early Michael
stuff.
Jackson is so funny.
I love Kevin James. Don't sweat the small stuff.
I love early Ellen. I love late Ellen. I mean, I love Ellen, but Ellen's 80s humor is so
I like
funny
Cedric the
and silly.
Entertainer. I think he's kind of like underrated.
I love old Kathy Griffin, like her first 3 specials. I think she's killing it right now. I love Kathy Griffin so much.
She's coming back.
I like women. Margaret Cho. I love Wanda Sykes. I'm always.
I like Wanda
That's
Sykes.
very gay though. Like I like women comedians. James Adomian.
Yeah.
I don't think Mario Cantone gets the recognition he deserves. He's so funny.
I like Seinfeld too. Bruce,
yeah, really Seinfeld's so
Bruce,
funny.
Bruce. Remember the old host of Comic View? I loved that guy. I like that guy a lot. He was the first comedian I ever saw. And I didn't know he was even like a comedian. I just thought I really liked him. And then the second comedian I saw was Jerry Seinfeld. And I was like, he's a comedian, but he doesn't look anything like Bruce. Like, it was like confusing.
I love Carrot Top. No.
Yeah. Yeah, we just say like the worst comedians ever.
Well, yeah. All right. Any last questions before? Yeah.
Yes.
We met in a sex dungeon about 1974. No, we met. I remember exactly where I met Emma. I was doing a show at the Creek in the Cave.
Yes.
You had just come back to New York. I found all this out later. But we were doing some gay show, and a lot of times the gay shows can always be like they're either the best shows in the world or it's just a train wreck. And so I went there, and you were
Creek
hosting.
in the Cave is like a club in Long Island City.
Alt comedy.
Yeah, very alt.
Club in Long Island City. And so I saw Emma hosting the show, and I remember I pulled you aside.
Yeah,
and
you were like, you should come hang out here.
I was like, you're
more.
so funny. I was like, why don't you hang out here and blah, blah, blah. And you were kind of like, yeah, I had like a issue. I had to go back to Boston. But I'm back now and blah, 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 blah. But I remember thinking you were so funny. And then how did it go from there? Because we did Vidiots together, and that's when we decided, we should do a podcast together. But I don't remember where it was where we were like, we realized how...
In comedy, I mean, you're around comedians all the time, but then there's like, it's a very rare combination of things when you actually become friends with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, because there's like people you see around, but to like actual friends that are comedians is like a pretty rare thing, I would say.
But I met her watching a show she hosted. Mm-hmm. I thought she was hysterical.
And then he was on the show. And I thought he was very funny.
Yeah, and there was that one comedian there, I forget his name, but he was so angry all the time. And I haven't seen him in forever, but I remember him being like mean. I don't know, just mean, but... I don't know. That's what I remember about that night. Yeah. All right. Any other questions or no? Did you guys enjoy your night?
Thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it.
You guys are so nice. Thanks for listening to the show. Are you checking your text messages?
No, I was just seeing something.
Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, guys.